Hi everyone, welcome to yet another Friday Drum Talk. Today I thought we'd follow on from last week where we did bass drum tuning. I had a couple of subscribers say, would you do a video on tom-tom tuning? Well, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do tom-tom tuning, and I reckon probably next week we might do snare drum tuning just to complete the whole kit, so to speak. What I have in front of me here is a 12 by 8. I also have a 14 by 14 sitting here. Both of these drums are Gretsch drums. They're actually Brooklyn's, I should say. Yeah, Gretsch Brooklyn drums, so they sound pretty nice. I love Gretsch drums. I have two Gretsch drum kits. I have a Gretsch Brooklyn in 18, 12, 14, and I also have a Gretsch Broadcaster in 20, 12, 14. I just love the sound of these drums. But anyway, we'll look at tuning some of these tom-toms today. Now, last week I mentioned with the bass drum tuning, I always tune the batter side for feel, how my bass beater actually comes off the head. And it's a little bit like that with my tom-toms too. I tend to tune, I normally start with my rack tom, and I normally tune the top head to feel good under stick, so to speak. And once I get that head to that sort of feel, I just check the tuning of it at that, if it's not too high or too low. If I feel it feels a little bit too high for me, I'll drop it down a bit. But I like to keep it around that good feel, that good stick response sensation. Once I tune that, I turn it over, and then I will tune the bottom head up for, once again, tone. I really believe the bottom head on your tom-toms, your bottom head, well, actually your bottom head on all drums, snare drums, bass drums, tom-toms, really has a big impact on the tone of the drum. So by tuning it up and down, you tend to, it changes the tone quite dramatically. A little word about tom-toms. Once again, this is just my opinion. If I tune a tom-tom, I tend to tune them, the top head and bottom head, roughly the same pitch. If I'm going to do anything but that, I will tune the bottom head a little bit lower than the top. What I have found is that if you tune the bottom head a bit lower, it gives you more projection out into your audience. If I tune it higher, it gives me lots of projection of sound back into my face. So you either want the sound good to your ears, or you want to project out to the crowd. A lot of the playing that I do, I play acoustically, so I really want that projection to kick out to the crowd and get cut through all of the guitarists and bass players and so on and so on. So I tend to often tune my bottom head a little bit lower than the top. I'll let you hear this. This is actually, I've already tuned it. So you can hear the bottom head's quite a bit lower. Than the top head. And once again, I've tuned that so I get full projection out into the audience. And I'm actually using this drum kit on the weekend, so I thought, I'll drag it out and tune it for that maximum projection. And so that's what I've done with this one. And the floor tom, it's a little bit the same, I think you'll find. So a little bit lower. Floor tom, once again too, I've actually tuned the top head to a pleasing pitch, but also, more importantly for me, I've tuned it so it's got a tension on it that this feels good under my drumsticks. Even though, really, regardless of where you tune these drums, Gretsch drums, they just tend to feel good under your stick anyway. But I do like to get that nice, feel on that drum. And then I bring the bottom head up to bring it up to a little bit below usually the top head, so I get that projection once again. I won't go through all of the crazy rigmarole of tuning all these drums from scratch, but like I said, while the basics of tuning, you would actually, when you put your heads on, I tend to put my top head on first, and tighten up the tuning lugs all down to finger tight, and then I just go half turn, alternating through. On the Gretsch rack toms, they have 5 lug, not 6, so you won't get the perfect sort of doubles in a sense. So, but I just go around opposite side, opposite side, opposite side, and tune them all about a half a turn. And on this size drum, it's probably, not much more than a half a turn gives me the sound that I want. And once I do that, I'll even it all up, so I'll make sure the pitch on all lugs are close. And once I've done that, I'll turn over, I'll put have the bottom head on, I'll finger tight the tuning lugs once again, and then I will bring them up about a half or quarter turn at a time, and get it so it's sounding even all the way around. And once I've done that, I will give it a bit of a tap both sides and just see where I'm at. So if it's the same or a little bit below, it's probably where I want it to be. And once I feel happy with the pitch of it, I will then tune my floor tom roughly the same tension, and then check that I've got a nice drop or nice interval between the two drums. I am not one of these drummers that tend to tune their tom-toms to an actual note, or my snare drum, or actually any of my drums. I don't tune the notes. I tune to what is pleasing to my ear for the drum. Now that might be right on a note, or it might be a bit, a flat note, or it could be a sharp note. It's whatever sounds good to my ear. That's what I tend to do. And a lot of people I know, they tune their tom-toms maybe with fourths or third intervals. I once again don't do that. I tune my rack tom, then I'll tune my floor tom roughly the same tension, and then I'll listen to both of them and see if I actually like the sound of the interval. Like on these two drums. I don't know if you can see this one here, so I'll just bring it up to here. But that's the interval I have on these. That sounds good to me, especially the way I tuned the bass drum last week. It really matches the sound of these tom-toms. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Like I was thinking about this, loosening it all off and starting from scratch, but most of the people that are watching this, even if you're a beginner, I'm sure you've seen before that when you put a new head on, you finger tight the lugs, you might give it a bit of a push down to stretch it out a little bit, and then finger tight them. And as I said, either a quarter or half turn at a time, go alternate across the drum and get it up to, on the top head, to the feel and also roughly about the sound that you would want with it. Once you do that, even up the pitch all the way around the head, turn it over and do the same thing to the bottom head. And as I've already said, either tune it the same as the top or a little bit below, and you'll find it will really project out nicely, especially if you're playing acoustically out into the audience. On that note, people, I think we'll leave this little video at that. We won't make it too long this week. If you enjoy my videos, or if you would like for me to do a video on a certain topic, please let me know. And like I said, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And please tell all your drummer friends too about my channel. I'm going to be putting up lots of weird and wonderful topics over the next few months, so might be well worth you checking in occasionally. On that note, enjoy your drumming, people. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. Get out there and play and show the world the talent you have for being a drummer. On that note, bye.